What's up, guys? It's Wolfgang back with another Dorkfish Collection review, and today we're going to review the Mezco 1/12 scale Deadpool vs. Wolverine Deadpool. Alright, and as always, we are going to start with the box and accessories. Alright, and right quick going over the box. You see the front is a comic style covering of Deadpool and Wolverine, but their suits are accurate to the film. Very well done. You see the Marvel Studios, you see Deadpool and Wolverine. Even on the top there, you see Deadpool and Wolverine. Turning to the side here, really nice. We got the 1/12 pose display, or pose play display. You've got Deadpool, Wolverine, Deadpool. I like the stuff they did there. On the back, you see everything that would come with the figure. Very well done there. And then on this side, a different set of Deadpool pictures, including this of the dog and of Deadpool right there. 11 on Wolverine. So overall, small box, pretty well done. It's their exclusive style box. I think they've shifted a lot of their figures to this. Art the Clown, Ghostface. There's so many different figures that started to come in this box. I think that's starting to become their regular. But very well done. Very happy with it. So that being said, let's move into accessories. As far as accessories go, he comes with a good spread of stuff, and some unique things are done with this figure that I feel is in relation to how the masks and the cosplay style masks are done. So plenty of good things to go over. Of course, we're going to start with the third tray always, the back end tray. You've got your Wolverine. Let's see if I can get there. Beautiful peg and display and stand. And you get your bag, and of course everything else that comes with that. Your second display is going to come with, or your second tray, I should say, is going to come with things like his swords. So pretty much they'll both for the same. Oop, let me just get in there and keep them from falling. So pretty much they'll both for the same. The gold inlay, silver is well done, blade is well done. Very good. So that's one piece there. You also get his standard handguns right here, which are very well done. Mezco did a good job on those. They cock back just like any of the other Mezco guns. Let me actually cock it back. This one's, there we go. Cock back. It does have the Deadpool. So we can get, there you go, the Deadpool design on the butt of it. And then, of course, boom. So all of the functionality you'd get out of a regular Mezco gun you expect, including the little port right here for the other accessories that will come. He has his holsters. Those are not really accessories. Those are on the body. You get the different kind of bullet accessories. They're pretty much, so you get two of each. Right, same as the gun, swords, right? You get two of each. They're all, these kind of accessories are all redone, reused. Nothing new about those. Not that I recall or not that I can find. You get this gun right here, which is very well done but solid, so you don't have any slide back. I'm not really familiar with this gun enough to know if there should be a slide back. I feel like there should be, but there's not. So, is what it is. Of course, you get that right there, boom, and then you get additional accessories for each gun. So there, well painted. Get your Deadpool symbol on the bottom of that, as well as your other for that. Also, again, well painted. And then you get your Deadpool mug. And it's pretty well done. Clean paint. A little bit of edging there I can take off. But, yeah, well enough done. And then you get Dogpool. Now, Dogpool doesn't really have any articulation to speak of. His tail, I think, can move a little, but that's completely it. He's very well done, but yeah, you don't get any movement out of Dogpool. But it's okay. They pasted him very well, so we'll just cover that now. Got the nipples in there, got the belt around. They did him very, very well, so we'll just, for aesthetics' sake, cover him now. They did great. No articulation. It's probably the one thing I'd want. Maybe the neck and the head be on a joint and you can move them. I don't know. They did fine with him. It's fine. I'm not mad. It is what it is, right? And then you get into other accessories, such as his hands and his eyes. The eyes are a big deal and a big difference. So let's go ahead and talk about those. So here's the tray for the eyes. The reason I'm keeping them in a tray is so I can show you this. We talked about the cosplay. I deal with a lot of cosplayers who do Deadpool and other masks like it, Spider-Man included, where the eyes are magneted into the head. And they did that with Deadpool. So the eyes, instead of having multiple heads with different expressions, the eyes are magneted in. You've got your kind of smiling eyes. You've got some different eyes here. This one's turned around. You've got a clenching eye here, kind of an angry eye there. So you get a little bit of variety with the eyes. There's not a whole lot of difference. For some of them, you may not on the off even be able to tell that there's a difference. But the way it's done is very interesting. So we may talk about it in aesthetics, but for changing the eyes out, boom, see the face there has, let's just bring it in. Let me just see if I can tighten that in. Boom, there you go. There. Oh, doesn't want to stay. That's fine. And then your eye just comes right out, sockets, and pop it right back in, and boom, Deadpool's now looking at you with whatever eye you want. So they did it very differently from what I would have expected. I like it. It holds very well. I don't see any gapping issues. That's something we can cover in aesthetics, but there's no real gapping issues. No holding issues. It's not a weak magnet. They went with a strong one, so it holds great. So it's different, but I think very well done. Last is his hands. Now, in package, he comes with both fisted hands here. Ooh, let's see if I can just get that attack right in. Yeah, so both fisted hands, very well done. The gold plating, again, the suit is from Deadpool Wolverine, so you would expect a silver tint or almost nothing there to keep it black. That would be from Deadpool 1 and 2, but not Deadpool 3 or Deadpool Wolverine. You've got both hands kind of a grabbing out or grasping hand. Very well done. The finger style gloves, kind of a more relaxed or open hand. Again, well done. You got it for left and right, for left and right on this side. Oop, a little tough to get all these trays. This is for his swords, his katanas, B and Arthur. You've got on this. Now, I love this. Something that's different from the suit from the first two films. On the first two films in his chest, he had the push daggers. I don't recall him. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure he didn't have push daggers on his chest in Deadpool Wolverine. But you got them right here. You've got the hands with the push daggers in them. Spade daggers, push daggers, same difference. It's the same thing. You've got his pointing hand here. Well enough done. You've got this hand here. Get it out. And this is another kind of grasping hand. Not probably for his dagger. He's got a dagger on his boot, which we'll cover here in a second. And lastly, we have his thumbs up. Looks pretty good. And as we mentioned, aesthetic, first things first, I apologize. My battery did die going into the accessories, so I missed one thing. Let's do that right quick. It is on his calf right there. Blade that comes out. There is 3 of them that comes with the figure. So you get 3 of these. Very well done. They all slot in. And there's literally no difference in any of them. So showing you the 1 is showing you the 3. So with that, we're going to go into aesthetic. We already talked a little bit about the dog here. Deadpool or Dogpool. Very well painted. Good texturing. Nothing is amiss there. Just wish he was articulated. Aesthetic, all of the accessories are very well done. But the real thing is the question of the suit. I like how they did it. It is textured all the way through, so they didn't miss a beat on that. Very well painted, very well colored all the way across. Not a lot of issues with the paint. So no fading, no blurred lines. It seems to be pretty well spot on, at least on my figure. They did a great job with the holster. Great job with the choice of textured fabric. Maybe the only thing, and I have seen this across pictures in different groups, is that the shoulders on all of them, see that red there, see that? It's across all of them. I haven't seen a single one that doesn't have that. So that's the one thing aesthetically that is a big flaw. Otherwise, very well done. Paint is perfect on all of it. You've got the neck is rubberized part of suit. Well, I say the neck, the collarbone to neck area attachment right there. But the actual neck to figure is completely plastic, same as the head. So very well done. Maybe one other gripe, the knee pads on mine for the cloth part, because the rubberized piece over the top of the cloth don't quite line up properly. I can't say this is across the whole line. I can say it's just with mine. So something to look out for, right? That being said, otherwise, aesthetically, I think he is so well done. Great job. The sculpting, the painting, fantastic, excellent job done with him all the way around. I think you couldn't have nailed it better for a cloth version with Mezco. So other than the small things, the shoulder is probably the biggest thing. Big issue there I have seen across multiple posts. Otherwise, I think he's great. So that being said, we're going to get into articulation. And articulation, there are some things to be expected, some things that are hindered. It's not a 100% win, but it is very good for what I want out of Deadpool. So for instance, he has this pose right here, as well as many others that are in the choreography dance from the beginning of the movie, which looks great. He's holding that position well. And in articulation, we're going to get to all of that. Pardon the flub there. So, obviously, head is separate from neck. So, just to show, double ball joint. He did a great job there. Head goes right on, so he can look up that far without moving the neck. Pretty straightforward. With the neck, he's got a further down, a further up. He's got his side-to-side motion, very well covered. Even this part, it doesn't hinder. It really just covers the neck joint that goes into the collarbone. So aesthetically, that's good. But from articulation, he can move just fine and turn just fine, right? Now, he gets a pretty good, more than above T-pose out of that arm. Very well done there. So no problems there. He gets pretty good. He gets it all the way up here for moving up around the shoulder, and he gets it back pretty far, all things considering. Obviously, there's a bicep swivel. Moving the fabric around, you're going to get a pretty good range out of that bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. He can almost touch with the wrist hinge. You could probably have him touch his shoulder, so good job there. The regular kind of hinge and pin that you expect from Mezco. So well enough there. You get your diaphragm and in your insert center. So the diaphragm, not great, partially because you've got the plastic and the cloth pulling. So you're not gonna get a lot out of that. That's fine. Most of your diaphragm is gonna be from the center point, which will go that far. With this together, you can go about that far back. So then you can kind of matrix it, but you're not going to get a lot of twist out of that. Your twist is again going to be more so center, right? Now with your splits, not bad there. Because they have made these bands out of elastic, you can move up and kick that far. You can't really go back far, so it gives you that kick forward. Then you got your thigh cut in there, which does well enough. You got your double jointed knee, so you're almost kicking your butt. You've got a little bit of a boot swivel. My boot swivel on mine kind of is hindered. I don't know if that's the same across or if I got a bad batch, but I think it's really not a big boot swivel, which you don't really need. For me, I'm not big on boot swivel. I always feel like a calf cut looks dumb when you try to pose. So I hate calf cuts personally, but your ankle, get down about that far. With him pushing it, you get up about that far. Moving it around, no problem. Get that little bit of swivel in there. Boom. So you got what you need out of your ankle. So you can get a pretty decent pose out of him. Honestly, he's got what you need. I don't think you're going to need anything crazy. He's not quite Spider-Man. He's kind of somewhere in between. But for it being the Ryan Reynolds movie version, he moves perfectly fine. So I think he is a killer when it comes to that. So that being said, articulation I think is good. But how does he scale? Let's find out. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Gamerverse 2-pack Wolverine and the Marvel Legends Deadpool 2 Cable. I think he scales pretty well with Cable, with Wolverine being a little bigger. I mean, for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, it probably fits in. For the comic book version of Wolverine, we already know that the Gamerverse is a little bigger than what it should be. So, that being said, I don't think he scales bad at all. Looks good there. And here we have him next to the Marvel Legends 2-pack Juggernaut, as well as the, this is the Target exclusive version. There was a Build-A-Figure version, but the Target's exclusive version of Deadpool. Looks pretty well in scale there. I like how he sits with Juggernaut. Now, the Gamerverse version I know is a little bigger. I'll be reviewing him as he comes in, and the scale will be different there. But I think I like this Juggernaut with Deadpool here. Same with Deadpool. I think they're pretty good in scale, so I like that a lot. And here we have him next to the Mezco 1/12 scale Art the Clown and Michael Myers from the first Halloween. And then bring it to an end, I think he's a good figure, guys. I don't know if he is the best figure that Mezco's ever made. I don't feel that way totally. I think that he is great. I can't justify him versus the comic version if you were a comic fan versus the movie fan. That being said, I think what they did with this version, what they put together, accessories, look, mobility, I think he's pretty good. So I will suggest him. I will just say that, hey, if you're not a movie fan, you may want to get the comic Deadpool version they did. Otherwise, he's well worth the purchase. So guys, go out to your local comic shops like Killer Finds or anywhere else that you are, whatever state you're in, and pick this figure up. Very worth it. That being said, I'm bringing this review to an end. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a killer day. Wolfgang is out. Later, guys.